I said, sir, this is my job.
Don't argue your case before me. I'm not the judge. Okay? I'm just telling you that I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that you haven't passed the show test. Well, that's very idealistic, but you haven't passed the show test.
They stole my vehicle.
Do you know what the show test is?
Yeah, I have
What?
to check home.
What is the show test? What's the show test?
Is that I have to be reasonable.
No, you haven't passed my test. You haven't really got it. You're close, but that's not it. You've got to convince the rest of the world that you're right, and you're not doing it.
Well, I am right. They stole my vehicle.
Well, you're right about that, but you're not right about the $10 million.
They had no jurisdiction to do that.
That's correct, but it's not worth $10 million in their minds.
It worked. I don't see their Cadillacs working as good as my Honda did.
Did you collect the $10 million?
Not yet.
That's right. I don't think you will. I don't think you will because you're not passing that test. See? If you'd said 10,000, you might get it, but not 10 million.
Tell me please if I passed the test.
Pardon?
I stopped registering my 1991
Right.
automobile in 1995.
Sure.
It was towed away because it was parked in a preferred parking area and it had no plate on it.
Sure. Okay, but what's the question?
I was, the police, when I went to the department, the police department, they
Right.
said I would have to register the car.
That's their rules.
in
Sure.
order to get my car
Sure.
back.
Right.
So what I did was, I went to the Department of Motor Vehicles,
Right.
I wrote a check. On the
Yeah.
back of the check, I wrote that my automobile was confiscated and it was without due process.
Sure.
In violation of the Constitution of the United States of
Okay.
1787 and the Constitution.
Why didn't you sue them instead?
Pardon?
Why didn't you just sue them?
Well, I didn't think of doing it at the time.
Okay. Well, then you...
Anyway, I got my car back. They endorsed the check.
Mm-hmm.
And I never got another registration after that.
Okay.
Did I do anything right?
Well, yeah, it isn't wrong, but there's other things I would have done instead of that. But, you know, there's many different ways to handle a problem.
I've driven the car with no license plate since 1995.
Okay. Have you ever been stopped?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
And
Well,
I don't have a driver's license either.
let's see the acid test is when you get stopped. Why don't you go down to the DMV and get a copy of your record? Maybe there's something on there that says leave you alone. Check it out.
I should do that.
Yeah.
However, the license is still registered in the system.